This one is going to be very short. If you've downloaded it and you've seen the length of the file, the size of the file, then I'm sure you already know that. But I am teaching Vacation Bible School this week, and I have to get my ducks in a row for that particular enterprise. Over the past months, I have been working very, very hard at questioning the way I think. And I have been working hard at catching myself when I start to get angry with people who I think are being stupid, and beyond stupid, being hateful. And often I think what I observe in other people, what I condemn other people for, is the blending, the braiding up of the two. Stupidity motivated by hatefulness. Willful blindness motivated by hatefulness. And the paradox, of course, is when I get angry, then I start to... It's all self-talk. I have not confronted anybody, which I'm very thankful for, but I start to say to myself very nasty, very insulting things about them. And in my worst moments, I get mental pictures of things happening, of them getting exactly what they want, and it just being cataclysmic. There are parts of the country where if the people who came in the last election get their way as far as health care, the very people who voted for them are going to find that their lives get a lot worse, that they get a lot sicker, that they have a lot fewer places to turn to when they are in pain, when they are injured, when their family members are suffering. And sometimes I imagine that and I like what I see. I take pleasure in that. And I call this a paradox. What's paradoxical is that's hateful of me. And how am I going to condemn other people for being hateful when I keep going down this path mentally over and over again? I keep getting drawn down it, and I keep trying to stop myself, but it keeps happening. And I'm not big on slogans. My academic field is rhetoric, so most slogans, I am very, very jaded. I am very, very quick to decide that things are cliches, that they're played out. I think that most clever turns of phrase have a very short shelf life, and I'm ready to hear someone speak authentically in the moment instead of just repeating a phrase that everybody else is using. With all of those disclaimers out of the way, I hit on a phrase this week, a formula maybe, that's really kind of helping me a lot. And it borrows from kind of the same trope as the best way to understand fundamental attribution error, which is to say, I judge myself on what I intend, but I judge other people on what they do. And I don't judge myself on what I do. I forgive myself for what I do, but I am blind to what other people intend. That is not what I came back to this week that helped a little. What I landed on this week, and I have been repeating to myself, what I have been demanding, because naturally in all of these moments of anger, I have been wishing that God would do what seems to me the right thing, that God would move, that God would bring down the consequences of these behaviors on the people performing them. But where I landed this week, the formula that I repeated to myself a few times was, I want God to give me what I need and to give them what they deserve. But God is keenly aware of what I deserve, and God is just as interested in what they need. God knows what they need. They are His children too. Even though in some of my angrier moments, I say there's no way, given their behavior and given their espoused beliefs, that they could genuinely be followers of Christ. I know better than that. I know I don't have a monopoly. I know that even though I am a follower of Christ, that's how I understand myself, and that's how I try to present myself to the world, that there are things I do and things that I believe that to outside observers would completely invalidate that and would to them constitute proof that I didn't really. So I know that even when I reach that conclusion about other people, I'm not the one who's in a position to judge it. I don't have the necessary information, and I don't have the authority. And God loves these people who enrage me just as much as He loves me. And what I think these other people deserve, well, God knows what I deserve. And I am not adequately thankful that I've been set free from what I deserve. So where I am this week is I am repeating to myself, stop asking for what you need and they deserve. And remind yourself, God is going about the business of providing them what they need in His time, in His way, outside what you can see. And God also could, with surgical precision, detail to you what you deserve. So don't be too quick to pronounce judgment, condemnation, and sentence on other people based on what you perceive that they deserve.